kids today, man, and it's like, bro, when I saw this, whenever you presented this as a topic, I was like, yo, this kid is something else. So Louisville basketball player Ty, I apologize if I butcher his name, but Tylor Johnson refused to play in a game at Louisville because they didn't have the type of leg sleeve that he felt comfortable playing in. So, D'Lo, my question to you is this a matter of privilege or is this a matter of superstition? What do you think it is?
I think it's a matter of entitlement, is what it is, in my opinion.
Yes.
100%. It ain't. It's no other way around it. It's two ways I feel about this situation. I'll start to and respond to your question. I think it's a matter of entitlement
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to play because the team doesn't have a specific leg sleeve that you want.
It
Really?
sounds crazy. It sounds crazy saying that, don't it?
Really, bruh?
Yeah.
Like, really, that's what you decided to stand on business for today? That's definitely the title. That's definitely the title
That's
of the
definitely title for
podcast.
sure. For sure.
That's what you decided to stand on business is because you didn't have a leg sleeve. And this is why I always ask the question: do people that play sports nowadays, do they actually love the game?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they in it because of what it can provide
Benefit.
for them,
Mm-hmm.
the benefit that they get for it, or the sense of, I don't want to say pride, the sense of specialness, or whatever the case is.
Attention.
The attention. There you go. The sense of attention that you get for being
Mm-hmm.
a part of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're good or whatever, if you're a part of a good
If you're
team,
even a part of it, yeah.
do people actually love to play the game? Because okay, if they didn't have the sleeve that you wanted, you could put on another one at that point in time, play the game as normal, and address that later with the equipment manager. Like, hey, I really like this type of sleeve. Could you see if, because I believe Louisville is sponsored by Adidas, can you
Mm-hmm.
see if Adidas can provide this for us? Now you got your coach, who I'll get into him in a minute as well. You have
Mm-hmm.
your coach possibly looking at you as somebody that he can't count on because you decide to um, take on pettiness and not play, or didn't want to play because you can't get a leg sleeve, or something of the sort. You probably also have your teammates looking at you sideways because
I know
they
I
can't
would.
count on you. Huh? Yeah,
I know I
they
would.
can't
Yeah.
count. A freshman at that,
Yeah.
telling us you not going to play because you don't have a certain leg sleeve. Now, I'm sure there are some that's, yeah, bro, you right about that. We should have this and that. But for those that have invested a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that program,
Mm-hmm.
and probably don't get a chance to play, and you get a chance to play because of your talent, but you're saying that you're not going to play because we don't have a certain equipment, I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. And this is one thing about the NIL era that has been introduced, is the entitlement that these kids have. And I want to make it clear, we have been on record. I have been on record in saying I love the fact that kids can take advantage of their name,
Mm-hmm.
image, and likeness.
Yes, sir.
But there are some things about this era now that we're living in with the name, image, and likeness that's like, it's being introduced like it couldn't have been us. It
It
couldn't have
couldn't
been
have
us.
been.
So I
Yeah.
100% believe that Tylor, this screams entitlement and spoiled.
It does. It does. That's the first thing I thought. Just reading the headline, whenever you put that topic in our shared note, I was like, "Ain't no way he did this." And
Me too. I was like,
and
this can't be real.
this can't be real. And then I went and researched it, and the coach was like, "You ready for this? Are you ready for this?" He was like,
Right.
"You heard it. We didn't have the tights that he wanted, that we've never had." And he decided, I don't feel I can go. But now let me put a little bit of perspective into this. And I haven't had a groin injury in my playing career. I had hamstring, I had shoulder, had knee. I haven't had groin. I was thankful for that. But from the perspective of the player, if you feel like the reason why, move off of that. The reason why I felt like it was a little bit of a superstition, because I had superstitions myself whenever I played ball. I had to put my socks on, left foot, right foot, my cleats on, left foot, right foot. I had to put certain things on in certain ways to make me feel comfortable. It was a superstition thing. It was like, I have to do this in this order to be able to get ready for the game.
It can't be
And
superstition if they never had it and you were attending
very
that
true.
college, though.
That's the point I was getting to, is that they've never had this piece of equipment for him. They've never had these tights for him. The one that he requested, they never had it. So it can't be the superstition. That's why I posed it that way. But like, could it be a superstition? Could it be like? But push that out of there. It's definitely entitlement and it's definitely privilege, because it's like he didn't play the first half of the game, but then went in and played well in 19 minutes, had 8 points and 9 assists. He's literally the only true point guard that Louisville has. So they literally need him to play as a true freshman. But if you're gonna have this entitlement about something so small as a piece of equipment, a dry fit sleeve, bro, like, come on, dog. Because if I was in that locker room, I'm looking at him like, bro, are you serious? I'm one of those vocal guys. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Oh, that's what I would have said. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, you wilding right now, bro. Put the sleeve on and get your ass on the court. Why are you acting like this, bro? Like, stop being stupid. Yeah. I'm one of those guys. Like, I'm the one that's going to verbally hold you accountable. Like, you tripping right now. I'm that dude. But I know it's a lot of his other teammates in there probably like, even though they might not say nothing, they looking at him like, bro, you gotta be the most self-entitled dude I've ever seen in my life. And that's how I would look at Buddy. But the coach was candid about it and kind of laughing about it like, yeah, you heard it right. We ain't had a sleeve. We ain't never had it.
And so that's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the second part. For me, that's the second part of the whole ordeal. Like, coach, really? Do you want to release this information to the media? I just don't see it doesn't, to me, it doesn't scream leadership when you do stuff like
coach?
This. From the coach.
Player. Okay, got you. Okay.
From the coach.
Yeah,
from the coach. Because as much as Kim Mulkey, who's Angel Reese's coach, was getting slammed for not really saying much about Angel's situation, which she probably should have given a little bit of information about what's going on. But that's her decision, and she handled it how she handled it, and Angel's back, whatever. And this is not about Angel, but to give a little bit of perspective, she was tight-lipped about what's going on with Angel and why she's not with the team.
For sure.
You went the opposite route. And I feel like you probably should have just kept this within the team, handle it in practice by giving him some type of punishment, not allowing him to play. Listen, you're gonna learn one way or another with me. If you don't want to play because we don't have, you're not gonna play. And we gonna handle it in practice, or I'm gonna have a meeting with you outside of after the game to get a better understanding of what's really going on with you, fam. Because like, you're not playing because we don't have a sleeve we've never had. And so to me, for him, he lost, now that this is out, he may have lost respect from the players. It doesn't, to me, again, this is to me, doesn't say leadership, because you decided to fight pettiness with pettiness. And that's not a good, in most cases, that's not a sign of a good leader.
Yeah.
And so for me, really, coach, you wanted to be petty for this, like you could have handled that a different way. Because not only have you, he probably embarrassed you, but you have now embarrassed him. And we know kids these days can be sensitive. And so he probably, I don't know. I don't know how he's going to react from this. You said he played well in the second half.
He did.
But moving forward, we don't know how he's going to take this situation of this type of information about his actions being released.
But if it's one thing I do agree with you on, is if you decide that you don't want to play because of something like this, you're not going to play. You're not playing. Period.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about this later. I do agree with you in that sense. Where I'm kind of on the fence, I ain't even gonna say on the fence, I think I'm on the other side of the fence with you is that I kind of agree with the coach making an example of Tylor. Like, you gonna do something done, and just hear me out.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I kind of make it because like I said, if I'm in that locker room, I'm verbally telling you tripping. And then if I hear coach after the game, we won the game, everything is cool, you played good, whatever, everything is cool, and the coach goes into the interview and says, yeah, this is why he ain't played the first half. I'm gonna look at coach like, I'm gonna go back to Tylor or even the players in the locker room and say, why did he say that? Because he was being dumb. I'm going to be that player because he was being stupid. I don't blame coach for saying that, because he needs to understand that this entitlement that you have right now, this privilege that you have right now, is unacceptable. And I'm going to let the people know that you being a child, you being childish. And I'm going to tell him to his face, like, yeah, I agree with coach saying it, because you were being childish. I don't care how you feel about it. We gonna dap it up. We might squat. We might, you might get mad and you might want to throw fists, but we're gonna be brothers at the end of the day. But at the same time, like, yeah, bro, you been wilding. You wilding right now. We need you on this team. We are an integral part of this team, and you acting like a child because we don't have a sleeve. I don't mind coach saying that, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm just that type of guy. I'm gonna hold you accountable regardless. So I don't mind it.
Yeah,
but I understand what D'Lo's saying too, that
it's just other ways I feel like as a coach, you could hold him accountable without leaking this info. I say leaking, that's not a great word, but releasing this information about why he didn't play in the first half to the media, because now you're leaving it up for, again, public speculation of what's really going on with this dude. What else is he done that we may not know about? So he could have handled it in a different way, but that's just my opinion.
Agreed. I can see both sides. I think I'm more on the side of the coach, just because of the type of player that I am and the type of leader that I was when I was playing. So it's like, but to be perfectly honest with you, he would, if it was me in that locker room, he wouldn't even have had to say this, because I would have said that in the locker room, like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about? And coach would have came on in the interview, like, nah, we handled it. The players handled it in the locker room. I ain't even got to say it. He ain't played for a personal reason, and we're gonna leave it at that. And I would have he would have been able to take the Kim Mulkey approach to it. But I personally don't blame him. But I would have handled that shit in the locker room as a player. Like, Tyler, you wildin'. But that's just my opinion. Oh, y'all still here? That means y'all must like the content then. And if that's the case, go ahead and click on that video right here. We think you're going to love this one as well. And we still got the 500 subscriber goal. Help us get to that. Hit that subscribe button right there on the screen too. And we on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcast.